Hi there. I played a lot of D2 in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I just wanted to share my opinion, a little review of player that never played it before. It just started, and how the game feels to play right now, and how I feel about it. And of course, I'm not talking about Resurrected because it's not out yet, of course. Um, but I guess it will apply to that too, since they're mostly the same, just the small bug fixes and stuff. But yeah, just want to point that out. The game will come out tomorrow, so of course I'm a little bit ahead of it. Didn't play a lot of it in the beta weekend things, but I will come to it later. But yeah, why am I doing it now? Of course, because the game is coming out. The remaster is coming out tomorrow. Um, but I actually didn't even start because of that. I was just bored and I thought like, well, I wanted to play the game since a long time, and now I took the chance. Yeah. Um. So I think there aren't too many players that will play Resurrected that haven't already played D2, the original, or LOD. Um, I checked MRLlama's survey in his video, and it was only around 1%, less than 1% of the participants that never even played before, and it was less than 4% that played less than 100 hours. And well, of course, players that never played before will most likely not participate, simply because they don't know MRLlama, probably. Um, so how should they even or why should they even think about participating there? But even still, I think most players will already have played it. So yeah, I started playing. I think it was 16 days ago. Started playing on stream. I checked all my streams on YouTube and Twitch, and also the time of all my recordings I did for my uncommented playthrough on my Firecloud route, and overall I played around 70 hours in those 2 weeks, 16 days. Almost all of it is streamed on Twitch and YouTube, as I said. But yeah, everything is available on YouTube. I will also not talk about the story or the graphics. The story, not because it's just not like interesting to me. I'm not really I don't really care about the story here. Like, it's fine. I watched all of it, but that's for an ARPG. That's not my it's not the most important thing to me. The graphics, of course, are not gonna look so fresh, but I love them. I actually like the graphics. I think the game still looks better than many games that came out after it, even like in the last like 5 years. Like, there are games that didn't age as well as this game did. So yeah, they are totally fine to me. And if you're bothered by them, go play Resurrected tomorrow. But even in the beta, I often switch to the legacy mode. I don't know. Yeah, but I just want to focus on the gameplay. Gameplay. It's just like, it feels very good. Like, in general, it's hard to criticize it, in my opinion. Um, there just seemed to be so little wrong with it, so it's hard for me to dislike it in general. Of course, it's not as quick as Path of Exile, and not as flashy as the effects of Lost Ark. But that's not negative for me. I don't want to spam 5 buttons all at the same time while porting around, and I am definitely not missing all those effects that are just like drawing you out of the game and distracting you. The gearing. a large part of all ARPGs. Just awesome. It's like sometimes you just find this blue amulet, and it's just so good. You keep it for like 25, 30 levels. Like I found this Auras amulet pretty early. I think it was on my Claude route. We could be mixing it up now. I have 3 playthroughs at the same time running, so I'm not sure which one is the one, but I have it for a long time now, and I don't think I will switch it out in the next few hours of playing. Or sometimes you find this white class helmet with plus skills, and it has open sockets, and you just put a lore in it with even more plus skills, and you're not gonna switch it out for even longer. Like, no way. Yeah, it's just super satisfying to find a good item. Um, and I'm not even in endgame yet. Like, I found this cannot be frozen chest on my Amazon. Yeah, now I'm using it because cannot be frozen is just too good to pass, and it's just super satisfying to find items. Of course, it can be a little frustrating to get a rare item that's completely trash, like 5 to mana, 10 to health, 25 poison res, and minus 15% poison duration. Like, who cares about that? Like, if you find that on amulet, I would just sell it or cube it to get a good ring, maybe. But yeah, that can be frustrating. But I also think it's pretty cool that even the worst items can be an upgrade, and that they are sometimes better than a unique item. Like, that's awesome, and can be great just to find a low quality item that's just so good that you're gonna keep it for a long time. Also rune words. Of course, there are overpowered rune words. In the end game, also early on, like stealth is super strong. I don't think there's any reason not to take it early on. Like, you will never find anything better probably in the first playthrough, except like on my Amazon where I have this cannot be frozen thing. But even then, it's debatable which one I should pick in a situation. Like, I should probably switch them out depending on what happens now. If I fight Mephisto, I should probably use it, but just for normal groups, I don't know. We'll check it out when I continue that playthrough. But yeah, rune words that are overpowered. I'm not sure about all of them because I'm not in the end game yet. I just finished Nightmare on 2 characters, and I'm in the middle of Act 1, Act 2 there. So I'm still pretty early. Just wanted to like talk about this, but then there are rune words that are just so situational that you need to think, am I even gonna waste the runes on it? Or do I keep the runes to make another rune word for another situation? Just I had this situation on my barbarian with like, I was farming a Daryl just to get a new weapon, or new weapons in general, because I'm a barb and I'm basically like fucked. Like, chose the wrong character for my first playthrough there. And I spent so much time farming Andariel, but it was not very efficient to kill her the way I did it. So I looked up how I can make it easier, and I found this rune word black that has 40% crushing blow, but it has knockback. So I normal like champions or anything, I will not kill with it, because unless they're knockback immune, it's just gonna be so annoying to kill anything with it. But for bosses that are knockback immune, like, I'm crushing them. So I went from, I think, 10 minutes per or 15 minutes per Andariel kill to 3 minutes, I think. Just using that and strength weapon. And yeah, I have to think, when am I gonna use this weapon? And is it worth it to use the runes for that? So that's great in my opinion. But yeah, I think there are also a lot of rune words. I'm not sure about the names, but in the end game, there are things that everybody will use just because they're too good. Like, that's the way. Like, in the end, there's always gonna be the one item that's perfect. Like, but while leveling there is this awesome like building aspect of your gear, and what you're gonna use is probably not gonna matter on every class, but on I'm mostly playing melees. I enjoy that more than casting, so for me at least, that's important to think about. Um, build diversity is also pretty great, at least in my opinion, until now. There seem to be a lot of builds that work. Of course, not every spec is going to be a meta spec, and I'm not expecting it to. Like, I played too much World of Warcraft to expect anything. Like, I'm happy if there's more than 3 meta specs, but that doesn't matter really for me, at least. I'm just playing what's fun for me. For me, it's melees, and melees don't seem to be that matter-ish, except maybe Paladin. I don't know. Didn't try it out, but I'm also not really interested in it right now. Maybe someday. But for me, I played Barbarian and Fireclaw Druid until now. They're super fun. Don't seem to be that good, except maybe in endgame with the Barbarian for special things. But right now, um, I'm fine with the builds, and it seems to be. I found videos of people like tearing up the specs, and even though there are of course super bad things, like there seem to be a lot, and you will not get bored playing all these different builds. Maybe there are even meta builds that aren't found yet, like who knows. It's just awesome to have all these different building paths that you're missing in Diablo 3. It said they took so much out of the game, and yeah, that's definitely great. You can do so much with your characters, and that's awesome. Yeah, combat death feels great to me, because it's not only like um, this champion deals 10,000 damage, it one hits you if you get hit by this, but there seem to be more to it, like Code Enchanted, for example, is super annoying if you don't have Cannot Be Frozen, especially as a melee character, because on my Barbarian it was, as soon as I was Cold Enchanted and I tried to use Frenzy, I was just standing and the attack animation was going, and it was so slow, and I could not run away because I was stuck in this animation. So I always had to think, am I even gonna try to hit anything now, or what am I gonna do? And also immunities. I don't think other games have immunities. At least I don't know any game that has them. But like, as a fire damage main source character, you're not gonna deal any damage against fire immunes. Same with lightning, or with poison, or with cold damage. Like, you have to find other ways to kill them then. If it is another skill that you put points into, or your mercenary that deals with them, depends on your build, I guess. But that seems awesome to me. Also, there are a few normal monsters that are so dangerous. Like in Act 3, there are these fire spitting little things, and like, they deal a lot of damage. You have to be like very cautious if you like see them. Need to dodge the fire, or you're gone in a second if you stand on it. Or Act 5, there are those demons that I think they use frenzy, at least the effect looks like it. And they're so fast, and if they hit you once, you will not get away from them. Like, they staggered me all the time, and it was so annoying. I died like 5 times to it, then I had to reset the run and get rid of them earlier, because they were just following me, and I wasn't getting away anymore. Couldn't even get to my corpse to get my gear back to try to kill them. And yeah, but combat feels good in general. Like, I'm a little annoyed that there is like no a hot bar thing where you can put more than 2 skills, like you only have left and right click, and you need to assign the skills to, I think in the default it's F1 to whatever, F8 or what, I don't know how far it goes, but you press F1 and it switches your right click to that skill. Then you can use it, and then you press F2 and it switches your right click to the other button, and then you can use it. Like, that's something I'm missing from other games. In Resurrected, the controller has the better way, where you can assign the skills to, on a Xbox controller, A, B, X, and Y, and then I think with modifiers. So that's cool. Sadly not on the keyboard, but with like auto hotkey things, and that you can probably solve it. I didn't try now because most of the time you're just gonna spam one skill anyway. Not on my druid, which is where it is annoying. Like to switch to like the form you want, the shapeshift you want to use, then you need to switch to another button, and then it runs out, and you have to switch all the time again, and then you're using the wrong button, which is just like my mistake, of course. But I would prefer it if it was just a click. But as I said, probably solvable with the auto hotkey thing or something, so it's fine. Yeah, also farming in this game. Like I don't mind farming. I never did. Repetitive things are not annoying to me. It's cool, like I said, with Andariel, I was feeling like it's not worth it to do it with the time I had, so I thought how I would improve my time, and that's what keeps me going there. If you are not into farming, then this game is probably not for you, because the drop rates are not Diablo 3 like you're not gonna end with your biz in a day. If you're used to that and you want that, then you need to play other games, because here I don't know how many farm runs I did for Andariel. I think I had 2 streams with 10 hours or three streams with overall 10 hours, and I'm still not I haven't even received an item I needed. Like, of course I got a lot of uniques, but none of them were useful to me. I just sold all of them, or them were left in there. A lot of set items that are just bullshit. Like, if you need something, you have to keep farming for a long time. Yeah. But as I said, that's not a problem for me. I'm good with it because, like, gearing again, like, it's so satisfying to finally get that weapon after 200 runs of the stupid boss. So yeah, for me it's good. I don't mind. They at least have something to do in the game for a longer time. Yeah, there are just a few negative aspects for me to the game. One is Barbarian. It just feels so bad to level it up. Like, I started with it, and in the beginning I didn't mind. Like, it was fine. I have to say I leveled everything on players 8, I think. Also my Barbarian could be a little less than 8, but I think it was mostly 8 players 8. Like, on my Druid it was all, I'm still players 8. I just didn't do it for Act 4, I think, because they had too much fire resistance or something. I wasn't dealing any damage to them anymore. But now that I'm a Nightmare, I went back to players 8. And on my Amazon, I'm mostly players 5, because just it doesn't feel good to play on players 8. At one point it was taking too long. I switched always around. Maybe I will switch to 8 again. Maybe I was even in the end at my last stream playing on players 8. But on my Barbarian right now it feels just so bad, because I don't know, I cannot even like say why it's so much worse than on my Druid. Like, on my Druid I'm crushing everything. Like, I'm using Fissure to kill larger packs, and if there is a champion or anything, I go into Werebear and kill it with 3 Fire Claws. and on my barbarian I'm standing there. I don't know what the problem is. I guess I'm missing. No, I cannot even be missing too much. I think I have the 95% and I'm over leveled. Um, I don't know. The damage just seemed to be pretty low while leveling. I know in the end it's gonna become better, but you need just the weapons in it. I think that's a problem for all the melee specs, that you need a good weapon to deal any damage, and even then you don't have any like AoE. I think the Barb with Whirlwind is the only AoE melees really have. Like there's Frenzy or Double Strike that hits multiple enemies, but if you use it on one, it's gonna funnel all the damage onto one, and otherwise it's gonna split it up. Same with Fury on the Druid, I think. Also can split it up. And Whirlwind was nerfed at some time, it seems like, and now it's just bad for leveling because you need a quick weapon and a strong weapon and anything like to deal damage. You need mana leech, and while I have mana leech, I tried it for a short time offline, and I was instantly so it doesn't work for me right now. Just like bar leveling feels just bad if you compare it to everything else I played until now. And I think that's also what everybody else says, that you should not level up a barbarian without a gear from another character. Like if you have a sorceress to farm, then it's fine. Also, someone recommended to me on stream that I should probably level up a sorceress and use that to give gear to my barbarian. But that's not what I'm all about. Like I will do everything self-found. Yeah, the focus just seems to be on casters because they have the AoE. Like they're missing crushing blow, I think. I don't know if this is a problem in endgame, or if casters still can kill bosses fast. But yeah, right now crushing blows to me like seems to be very strong in endgame encounters, like the damage it can deal. Right now, for me on Andariel, for example, is pretty crazy, like how fast I can crush her with crushing blow. And if casters don't have that, I don't know how good the damage is against bosses. But maybe one time I will see. Like on my Amazon, she will not have crushing blow 2. I don't think it works on charged strike. And also another problem I had was it was a problem I had in the original game and also in Resurrected, and that's online play. Like the lags and the rubber banding on both games were so bad. Like I tried to play online for around 2 hours, I think, in LOD, and it just was like not working. Then I tried it again in Resurrected, and it was even worse. I played it in the closed beta for, I think, 3 hours, and I was just so annoyed by it, so annoyed. And then I tried it in the open beta again, and I was like not feeling it after 10 minutes. I stopped playing that and went back to the original single player. Yeah, that's the only problems I really have right now, like barbarian leveling and the focus on or the missing uh, AoE on melee characters, and online not possible to play for me. And I don't think it has to do with my connection, because it's my ping is pretty good, but just like I don't know, servers seem to be a problem for me, at least. Yeah, that was basically all I had to say about it for now. I will probably do another video, I don't know when. Maybe after I finished Hell, or maybe while I'm at it, because I'm like losing my mind. I don't know how hard it is or how hard it will become. Um, But yeah, I will see, and I will update you how I'm feeling about the game at the time. Will also probably finish my playthroughs. I started on the original game also there, and I'm gonna start a fresh character in Resurrected. I'm thinking about starting a Fury Druid. Yeah. Usually I'm playing everything in hardcore. At least I did that in Diablo 3, because at one point I was just bored by the game and I thought that hardcore would solve it. But not really. Game just seems to be boring now. There's just nothing to it anymore. And I don't think I will start hardcore in D2 in the next few weeks. Simply because I don't know the game very well yet. I need to learn it a bit, and then I will probably switch to hardcore. But yeah, just a few thoughts at the end. But yeah, thanks for being here. If you want, you can check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Sprizzy. Also, you can check out my YouTube here. I don't have a real schedule right now. I'm just streaming in the evening here. But yeah, come visit my stream if you want to hang out with me, help me finish the game, maybe someday. But yeah, thanks for being here, and have a great time. Bye.